Hello everyone and welcome back to Macro Day here on Scriptcase by Jamie. And today we're looking at a macro that might be as flashy as some. It is absolutely and ultimately super important and so crucial for maintaining order as well as security within your applications. Think of this as the ultimate reset button for your app access flags. Yes, I said that. And today's focus is the SC reset APL status. That is SC underscore reset underscore APL for application underscore status. And that is today's macro, ladies and gentlemen. So let's dive in. So what does the SC reset APL status do? Well, it's pretty straightforward really, because its core purpose is to clean up your application status, or maybe also, not maybe, but also the security variables that were previously defined within your application counterparts. Yes. When you set your application status, those specific permissions, they roll over to other applications. So in those cases, you may want to use the SC reset APL status macro to perform a nice clean wipe, or should I say, wipe that slate clean. Now it's up to you, because it's like basically hitting a reset button or a switch or whatever you like, and it resets all of your app level security permissions, access flags, ensuring that there is no lingering unsecure access within your applications. Security is a big thing, ladies and gentlemen, and it's barely spoken of over on Scriptcase. And of course, there will be more videos coming with more security content for you guys because it's important. So let's check out the macro today. So we have it here. Now we add then the macro brackets in here, and then we have here our macro that we can then use within a whole load of applications. Of course, now if I run the application, it will not display the macro. Just like last week, I was just lazy and not removing those little brackets there. But you know, it's how it is. We sometimes need to get cracking and show off these awesome, powerful macros, especially this one, because as I said, it's crucial for your application security as well as your user security. Well, and a lot more. So one of the great things about this SC reset APL status macro is that it does again have an incredibly broad scope that we can use or apply across Scriptcase applications, within the majority of them actually. So if, I don't know, let me just come here to new application, we can check them all out, and well, there they all are. And yes, you can use it in all of these. So just go ahead and apply it within any of the events that you pretty much feel you need to. That would maybe be the on execute, on application init, on script init, or just on execute, as we have here within our blank application. Or if I come here to, let's find the grid application. There we have a nice grid, and here we have a load more events. Also, you can use it here also in all of these events, and it will then reset the application status, because it really depends. In some cases, you may want to use it. So as we have here within the blank application, let me copy that, and there are no curly brackets there, and of course I'm going to show you as per usual how to use this. So if I come here to the grid 50 that I've just opened and say on navigate, on script init, I'll use the on script init, or on application init, we can use any of these. So I use on script init, and here I can say SC reset application, and just like that it will reset the status flags or security access flags all of that for this application. So making it pretty simple to use, very powerful, very basic, and also, of course, pretty damn important if you have roles and different groups and everything being used within your applications. Make sure you reset the application status once you have finished. Now, in the majority of times, you would generally add these sort of macros towards the end once you've finished doing all your testing and everything. So just be aware of that. And don't forget to add it once you finish up, of course. And if you don't get to finish, well, that's what it is. Okay, so just like that, we can then reset our application status. And then what would generally be a good thing to do is then use the redir or redirect and redirect the user maybe, of course, back to the login. It's the quickest and easiest place to redirect them to, right? So just like that, all of your previously set application flags or security flags will be completely cleared, destroyed, and they will no longer be available. Of course, with that, preventing any possibility of residual permissions laying about, allowing, of course, unintended access or unpermitted access or just access you don't want to any of your applications after they log out. So it is like ensuring that all of your doors are locked, and you want them locked now, don't you? Especially when you leave the building, make sure you lock that door. Unless, of course, you live in the mountains like I do up in Portugal, and I don't think many people here actually lock their doors. Okay, so with that, I think there are various use cases that you could use this. I think you've probably gathered or figured those out already. Okay, because of course this macro does shine in several important areas. Using the SC reset APL status, well, after logout or before the logout, before the session timeout, is pretty essential for those security purposes, like when you want to revoke somebody's access, just an idea. Or maybe when you want to clean up permissions that have been left lying around from other applications. So inherited. Yeah, that's a horrible one, isn't it? Especially for those complex systems where permissions are everywhere and you every so often need a nice fresh start. Or maybe resetting those roles during a specific runtime switch that you have going on. Yeah, that's an idea. Clearing, of course, your security. Yeah, of course, secure. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Didn't I say that all the time already? Because that's the main purpose, of course, making sure that anyone who can access your platform has the access they should have. And, well, that is it, right? Of course, for members over on the members channel, there will be some further examples of using this awesome macro. So be sure to check out ScriptcaseByJamie.com, and there you can either become a member or just look at it, or just keep checking that back on these videos and just go without the extra examples and demonstrations and information and tips and yada, yada, yada. Okay, so with that, I will just leave you maybe with a couple notes. It only resets what has been set. Does that make sense? It only resets what it has set. Yes, when you use the SC reset APL status macro, it will reset whatever you have set within your applications. If you haven't set it, it won't reset it. That makes sense, right? Okay, so with that, thank you very much for watching, and of course be sure to use this little janitor, because it is a janitor of your Scriptcase applications. Helps you, clean that up a little bit so you don't end up with some crazy little doolally circus and all the clowns running around. You don't want that thing now, do you? It can get really messy, especially with access control, because yes, that is a big one now. So be sure that you are aware of this macro and use it within your applications to every so often have a nice and sweepy clean of your permissions. And if you found this video helpful, then you know what to do, so please do it. It lets me know that you are interested in these videos and that you want some more maybe. And if not, otherwise, let me know in the comments if you have used this macro. Even if you haven't, let me know in the comments. It's good to know. Until next week Friday with another macro day right here on Scriptcase by Jamie. Thanks for watching, and until the next time.